and welcome to Success Stories with Key, where you get a chance to see success from the eyes of someone who has achieved success. What is success? Success means different things to different people. I'm interested in hearing from these people and finding out about their achievements, their challenges, and their keys to success. Our guest today is someone I work closely with. I'd like to introduce you to Josh Hambly. Josh has had more than a decade in outsourcing and leadership roles in the IT industry, and he's led the largest onshore eHealth service desk in the Southern Hemisphere. Welcome, Josh.
Hi, Keith. Great to have you.
Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself? Who is the real Josh?
Sure. So I think firstly, the thing most people know about me is I am a energy drink addict. I'm an absolute fiend for it. A total leadership junkie, and like you said, I've been doing leadership roles and leading teams in outsourcing environments or managed service environments for over a decade now.
Now, Josh, I can't help but notice your amazing suit. So just bear with me for a quick second while I go and change my suit. So what do you think, Josh?
Starry Night. It's beautiful.
So let's start with my first question. So what are some of the achievements that you're most proud of, Josh?
Okay, yeah. So in my career, I think one of the things that I'm most proud of is the time I spent at eHealth. So eHealth is the service or IT service provider for all of the hospitals, doctors, nurses all around New South Wales.
Oh, wow.
So it was a great business to be a part of because it was really delivering something valuable, being healthcare and hospitals. And as the service desk manager there, I had a team of over 100 people.
Oh, wow.
Um, so it was just a fantastic business, and it gave me the opportunity to run really large transformations. Because when I came in, the business was doing okay, but it was a little disjointed.
Yep.
They didn't have as much structure as I would want for them. So I got to come in, run this major transition and transformation initiative at a scale that I think very few leaders or very few people get to do in their career.
Cool.
So I get to do that transformation, and then afterwards I got to run that team as the service desk manager, and being able to come in, do a transition, do a big transformation, and then get to reap the rewards of that and grow one of the most awesome leadership teams I've ever worked with was a really, really fantastic thing for me in my career.
Amazing. Sounds like quite a big job with over 100 team members. So can you tell me about some of the challenges that you faced in working in this role?
Yeah, there were there were innumerable challenges. I think one of the first ones for me was that I was the new guy when I first came into that business. So I came in as a consultant to tell them how they should restructure their business, and then he'll turn around and said, "Well, if you're so smart, come and do it," um, which was it was an awesome opportunity. I inherited a leadership team that had a very tight bond with the previous service desk manager. So new ideas and trying to get them to come around to the transformation that I had envisioned, it was a bit of a challenge. And then we had a lot of people to get across. There was a lot of organizational change to get across. There was a lot of relationships to build, and there was a long time trying to get all of my ducks lined up to get everybody into the vision that I wanted.
And with that vision, how did you overcome these challenges to achieve that vision?
So overcoming them took a lot of time and help. So in my career and as I've been developing as a leader, I have a really awesome career coach. So I reached out to him to help me with some of the challenges I faced. It was great to have a sounding board to throw ideas off, to talk about what was a real challenge and what was just a frustration, and then to help me strategize.
Yep.
But a lot of overcoming the challenges with the team was really about trust. Coming into a new team and new leaders, I had to prove to them that I was someone worth listening to. I had to prove to them that when I said we were going to do something or we were going to change, that I was open to their feedback, that I was open to hearing about what they'd done previously, about how they did things there, and that if I was making a change, it was well thought out, or at least it was thought out in such a way that they could accept that it was with the intent that it was going to be right for the business.
Wow. So eHealth sounds quite interesting. Are there any other achievements that you're really proud of, Josh?
Yeah, okay. So eHealth, I think, was a fantastic time for me. But one of the things that I'm most proud of in my spanning career is actually how often I've moved in my career.
You're not talking about moving house, right?
No, although I've done that a few times.
Okay.
I've been blessed in my career to have lots of opportunity, um, and a lot of the time, maybe I felt like I wasn't ready or that I needed more experience. But I've not really let that doubt stop me from taking on new opportunities and change roles or change businesses. I've
Okay.
left businesses that I've loved. I've moved on from businesses that I maybe didn't love so much. And each time I've changed roles, it's really helped me grow as a leader and as a person.
So how did you know when it was time to move?
Honestly, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Sometimes when I wasn't loving the role that I was in, that was a key for me to move when I wasn't learning. For the roles that I had loved, like the eHealth role, I think I've talked about that a lot. That was one of my favorite roles. I left that role probably at the peak of my success there, and that was the right time to leave. Everything was running very well. I had a team that was fantastic, and there wasn't much left for me to do. There wasn't much left for me to transform. And at that point, that's the time where it's like, okay, well, if I'm not learning or I'm not trying new things or I'm not building or doing something strategic, I go a bit crazy. So for me, that was the
Right.
time to leave.
Sounds like you've got a very defined purpose in life, and that's learning and continuing to build yourself and personally develop. And if you're not achieving that, it's a sign to go.
Definitely. If I'm stuck or stagnating sometimes in a role, that's okay. If you need to learn something before you can move on. But when there's nothing left to fix, then it's time for me to go find another fire to start.
So, along your journey to success, what are some other things that you've learned about yourself?
I think I've learned, possibly through trial and error, that laziness can be a superpower.
Okay, tell me about that.
I'm a huge believer in not doing the same thing manually multiple times.
Yep. Yep.
Frankly, it bores me, and if I can't automate or improve it, then eventually I resent it, and my mind just procrastinates and doesn't want to look at it.
Okay.
So laziness can help me find things that can be automated and get new efficiencies that some of
Yep.
my colleagues haven't been able to achieve.
Okay. So, we've talked about some of your achievements. What I'm interested in exploring are some of your failures and what experiences that you had and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, okay. Failures are something interesting because I feel like you learn a lot from them after the effect. But
Okay.
I think one of the failures that I look back on, or at least the one that always comes to mind, is when I first became a leader.
Okay.
So when I first became a leader from my service desk role and took on the team leader mantle, my team suffered at that time. I lost a few long tenure people who were really great and really skilled, but maybe they didn't want to report to a younger guy, or they didn't want to report to someone who they had trained.
Yep.
So I had a bit of turnover at that point, and the team I had left, I didn't really know how to lead them. And so every day I came to work feeling like I didn't know what I was doing, and I think I projected that onto them, and I
Okay.
felt like they knew that too. It was a really hard time.
Wow. So, what did you do to overcome this?
Um, so it was a few things that I had to do. Uh, I think the big thing that turned it around was eventually I called a meeting with my manager and my coach to say that I was struggling and that I didn't know what to do. And they helped a lot. And it was something I really should have done a lot sooner,
Okay.
because I was working through the issues. I was doing crazy hours. I was trying to do my old role and I was trying to do this new role. Um, and it frankly just wasn't working.
Hmm. Interesting. So, what I get from that is don't be afraid to ask for help and make sure you do it sooner rather than later.
Definitely. The quicker you ask questions, get help, If you don't, then you just struggle. It's really unnecessary.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Josh. That was really interesting. So, in terms of success, how do you define success? What does success mean to you?
So success to me is really a group situation. So success to me is when you want to come to work, when you want to see your people, when you can come in the hours of the day, just disappear because you're doing something you believe in, and everyone around you is on that same feeling. Like that to me is the best feeling in the world. I think if you can get to there, that's success.
So, Josh, what are the keys to success for you?
I think the first one has to be genuine. If you're not your best self, if you're not who you are when you come to work, or you're not going to be successful because you're too busy trying to be somebody else.
Okay.
My second key or second part of success is to be stoic. I think in business, in life, in your career, bad things are going to happen. Hopefully you're blessed and very few of them happen, but guaranteed something bad is going to happen to you.
Okay, Josh, can I just interrupt there for a second? For those who don't actually have big libraries like we do, what does being stoic actually mean?
Being stoic or stoicism is really an ancient Greek philosophy, and it's all about living a good life.
Okay.
So it's about individuals doing good things and not letting negative things defeat them or not letting negative things be portrayed. So in stoicism, when bad things happen to you, good. It's an opportunity to defeat the bad thing and be better tomorrow.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to make a note of that.
My third key to success, and this is my last one, is humor. I love laughing. I have to have a laugh in my day. I have to make the joke when I probably shouldn't. You have to enjoy yourself. I think if you're not enjoying yourself at least a little bit, then I don't know how you would call yourself successful.
Yeah, fantastic. That's a really good insight. So if I may recap and play this back to you, what I've understood from our conversation is that it's really important to have a career coach, someone as a sounding board to help you along your journey. And your keys to success are to be genuine, to be stoic, and to have humor.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Thank you. And once again, I must say that I do really admire your suit, your happy smiley face. I think just embodies everything that you've just said about your keys to success.
Thanks, Key.
No worries. So what advice would you give to your younger self?
Well, I think there are definitely some ex-girlfriends I would have told me to stay away from. But I think, the keys, or at least the things I would say to my younger self is don't be afraid to try the thing that you want to do. I think fear stops a lot of us from starting things that we really want to start. And fear is a great motivator to tell you that you're in the right place. So I'd say get in sooner, get unstuck, and just start doing what you want to do.
Thank you, Josh. You've been listening to Josh Hambly. He's a successful leader in the IT industry. So if you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Follow Key to Success so you can learn from the lessons I've learned as I go on my own journey to success.